Sir, while you were coming, the chairman was addressing the principals. So, with your permission, sir, I want to return the microphone to the chairman, my chairman, sir.
Well, we have to give honor to whom honor is due. And honestly, I don't want to miss one, but I want to tell you that I am really enjoying my commissioner. I don't know about you. I'm enjoying him because we work together. He's the head of education sector, but we have always been working together as a team. And that's why we have results. And one of the results I want you to know is about this attack that was so common 2 times or about a time ago. Do you now see that attack anymore? This is the person that has done it. So this is to me. So I don't want to worry you much with all the achievements, but I've given you one. And that one is visible. Is it not visible? You can now stay in your school. Teachers can now go to school now without any problem. Because one be báwọn ọmọ ẹṣẹ máa ń sọ wọn náà bí ìyá mọ ìyá bàbá wọn náà. So thank you very much for the good job you are doing. Well, now that Oga is here, I want to rush over what I have to do so that he can also talk. Well, where did I stop? That shows you are following. You are still very, very cerebral. Mind yourself. You are highly cerebral. I thought you would not remember. Yes, I said our education in Ogun State is what? Free. So, you are the one that is in charge of our public secondary schools. And when I started my message, I said, I reminded you of being the head, of being the academic and administrative head of the school. In this case, you are still in charge. And I want to remind you that till tomorrow, I'm not even saying of today, by the special grace of God, till tomorrow, no principal is allowed to take kobo from any student. Am I right, sir? The head of the education center is here, and I thank God that he came at the right time. That is exactly what is operating in our schools. Please, please, I told you I have voice messages. I have lists of what many of you have already, planned to collect from the SS1 and SS1 students. Governor will talk much about this. But from my own head, when we have any area principal, after investigation or whatever, they will now refer to me and say, okay, this is your principal. He has done this, has done that to do the right, give him or her the right punishment. I don't want that one to come up again. I don't, in fact, it's quite disgusting for people of your own stature and over to be succumbed or to be presented before disciplinary committee. I don't think it's good enough. So to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Please don't allow anybody to put you into trouble. Some principal that we have got, they said the parents agreed to pay so amount. This the same parent are the one that will send the receipt of what you collected from them to us. When they reported you and say, okay, do you have any evidence? You see, they will send receipt of what you have collected. Please, we have told you that for now, this issue of PTA is at the cooler end. But the one that is operating now is Parents Club. Yes, if parents want to contribute money to the development of the school, is allowed. But let them do it on their own. Don't allow any teacher to collect on their behalf, and don't allow students, don't collect any money from the students. Let the parents identify themselves, see how they are going to collect their money. Please, don't collect any money from students. I will not take it easy for any principal after this one. That is, if any principal is reported, I will not take it easy without principal. I understand what you are facing. I know that so many schools are being run partially from their own pockets. I understand. But we are working on it. This morning I discussed with Commissioner about the money call. And he told me that this week or next week, 2 of your running calls will be paid. That is working, aggressively on it. And then he told me that he will be happy to see that this running calls is paid regularly. So he's working on it. And I don't doubt him because he has supported me in the area of these Ogutis. As I'm speaking to you now, all the Ogutis that we gave the opportunity to from May to August, they have collected their dividends. So I'm giving you that information. Some of those that have been doing the income that want to look for transfer or whatever, they have collected from May to August. They have collected their students. Those that are yet to collect, maybe because of the account problem or whatever. But majority of them have collected their May, June, July, August. Can we put our hands together for our government? And the Commissioner for Education is the one that is working day and night to see that one is done. And that's why I don't doubt him when he says your whole running come very soon will be paid regularly. And I pray that God will do that one for us. Please and please and please. But please, I will not like a DJ. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó bẹ dànù lọ́dọ̀ yín o. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó dànù nínú ìwé yín o. God is our provider, not to go because of this trouble and put yourself in trouble. Don't allow anything or any teacher that will tell you how to go about it and you be the one that will come back and report you. Please don't allow it. The Commissioner for Education will talk much about that. I'm talking about running code. Then the dressing code. All of us know how we play as teachers and as principal, as vice principal. We have said this and I say it again. When you are going to school, dress properly, moderately. Don't go to school as women and put all this earring that is drawing and put ring in your nose and wear glasses that will be changing color. You will discover that these students you are teaching will not concentrate, they will just be looking at you. When you are going to school, dress moderately. Please, put on ring or earring that is normal, or how do I put it? And when you put on English words, make sure that it's completely English. And when you put on native dress, make sure it's completely native. Women, you know what I mean, and men, you know what I mean. No teacher is expected to go to school on native dress without work, without cap. Are you hearing me? And no teacher should come to school on palms. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. Whatever form of dress you put on, no palm. Or what do they call it? Say palm now, not for you. We don't put that one in our school. And no school, no one is expected to come to school in jeans. And I went to the school and I saw so many babies on jeans. No, it's not allowed. Just normally. I don't see why you put your new dresses. The one that you take to church or to mosque, to school. Where do you see money to buy the one you wear to church and mosque or to funeral ceremony? Where do you get the money? No, why do you put new dresses to your places of work? Dress and let somebody ask you, are you doing your birthday today? That's the way you should dress. Please. Sometimes we get to school, I'll be asking the person, are you a teacher? The way the other person dress. I'll be asking, are you a teacher? It should not be. So please take note of that. Then there are statutory documents. We are starting a new person. You know what I mean by statutory documents? Please get them ready. Time book, visitors book. What else? No, so many. Make sure you have them. Don't let me get to your school document, statutory documents, and you say, which one VP? That VP has not come back. No. Make sure you have them because when we come to school, we will ask for them. And I'm sure, and I know that some you always work on that time. This time around, if I get to a school and that time for 1 week, I will know that principal is condoning nonsense. A teacher is expected to do the school what time? By what time? 7:30. So if anybody makes to come before that time or after 7:30, it was rude. I know teachers they are fond of when they come, they will put this 58. The other one will come 59. The other one will come 6 o'clock. The other will come. So that they will have people that are going to write 7:29. Please don't tolerate that one. Punctuality is one. Punctuality is still the sport of business. Let people know that if they come to school on time, they will be punished for it. I went to some schools in Nigeria and I used their time book to punish some people. Abi, I told them they should be the one in charge of what do we call the activities for that week. Morning duty, whether they like it or not. I asked them to be in charge of morning duty for some weeks. I know many people do not do it, but ìjọ kan nítorí ọjọ́ gbogbo nítorí do. So I think I've exhausted what I have here, and I want to thank you for listening. And I believe I talk as a father, not so. And I believe you have listened to me as children. That relationship should be maintained. Let us maintain father-son, daughter relationship through this new setting. And I pray God will enable us in Jesus' name. Thank you very much.
Dear colleagues, I just want to stress that we give our chairman a standing ovation. You may all have your seat, please. Definitely, our chairman is speaking to us as a father. And as children, we have also listened attentively to him. At this point, before I invite the president to give our remarks, let me first of all introduce to us here. And we also have in house two directors from West. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Al-Aja Miriam Oloko, Director, Curriculum and Development. You are welcome. Also, we have the Director in charge of secondary education, our own dear brother, Mr. Olaniwaju Erile. You are welcome, sir. At this point, I want to respectfully invite the State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology for his address. My Commissioner, sir.
Sir, please sit down. Thank you very much. Well, the Chairman Teaching Service Commission, Evangelist Ekon Ifedi, Permanent Secretary, because we sent you on secondments to TESCOM anyway, so it's still Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. Permanent Secretary, TESCOM, Dr. Wahid Landoy. Director, Curriculum Development and Evaluation, and the most senior director in Ministry of Education, Mrs. Mariam Oloko. Director, Secondary and Higher, Mr. Lanwaju Erile. President of ANCOPSS, our amiable Dr. Omiloju, and every time I know the man Omiloju. And because of that, he has been able to access so many areas and get a lot for teachers and for principals in the state. I want to congratulate you for a very successful tenure. If I have my way, I will give you another tenure. Because one could turn to have another. So we will talk about that at another time. Anyway, I know Ancops has his own this arrangement. Our amiable VP, Mr. Adekoya, Principal Abeokuta Grammar School, Senior, Junior, and who again have I not mentioned? Oh, Principal Jeboli Grammar School. Special recognition for Principal Jeboli Grammar School, Mr. Oyedele. I have to recognize him specially. Up drugs. Anyway, if not because we are in Abeokuta Grammar School, I would have known what to say. But let me reserve that for another time. Because is also here, the principal of the school, Mr. Ojufua. Where is he? Okay, Object. Thank you very much. Well, I recognize all members of my team, people from the Ministry of Education, Teaching Service Commission, and in a special way, I want to recognize all the 511 commissioners for education in Ogun State. Chairman Tesco, in case you don't know, you have been talking to commissioners. Good. 511 chairmen of Teaching Service Commission and 511 commissioners for education. I say that, and if you remember, for those who have been in the saddle for a while, the first assignment I actually performed when I became Commissioner for Education was the ANCOPSS meeting, conference that you held in 2020, in October, was it October or November 2020? That was the first one at Pansheke, somewhere in one corner over there. You remember? Yes. Yes. So that was in 2020. And that was the day I commissioned, I actually christened everybody commissioners for education. I say that because the commissioner will not be everywhere, the chairman will also not be everywhere, but you represent us in all the divisions of the state, all the towns and cities and villages in Ogun State. When I became the commissioner, I asked myself that how are we going to do this work? To do this work and also change the narrative and change the face of our educational system in Ogun State. One will need very vibrant, proactive, cerebral, and active principals and head teachers in our school. And one thing that I'm really proud and happy about is the fact that ANCOPSS always organize workshops and training for principals. That is apart from whatever we put in place as government. You see, this will continue to help to improve administration. The reason is this. When I came in 2020, for instance, maybe more than 1/3 of those who were principals at that time will have left, which means we have new sets. TESCOM just also brought on board some people. Some are coming very soon, October, November, isn't it? So if you take because they know, and then some of them leaves and new people will come in, you will have forgotten that some of the people that you thought knew have left the system, and you have new people there. And you cannot blame them if you don't train them. So you actually need to let them know so that, because apparently nobody will want to do the wrong thing. But at times, when we do wrong things, we are doing it because we probably do not know. And that was why Jesus Christ said, Father, forgive them, because so it is better to let you know so that when you do it, we will not forgive you. So we want you to know so that you will not even do it. So there will not be any need for you to beg. And I'm happy that when I came in, the chairman of SESCOM was saying a lot of things. My own first message is message of appreciation. Message of appreciation because despite the situation, despite the little resources, the bigger resources, you have managed to administer your schools successfully, devoid of any major scandal or any major harassment to government. I want to say that each time I get a report from any school, my first concern will be to find out what the role of that principal was. Whether it's a negative one or positive one, I'll be interested in the role of the principal. And that is why it's very important for you to empower yourself at the head of school. There is no harm in asking questions if something is not clear. Who wants to be a millionaire is a program. It has 3 lifelines. Ask the audience, call a friend, 50-50. So you have lifelines. As principal, if you are faced with a challenge in the school and you don't know what to do or how to go about it, you can either ask the audience, call a friend, or 50-50. But I will tell you something about those 3 lifelines. Of all the 3 lifelines, the best is to actually call a friend. Calling a friend, you can take your telephone and call. It means you can go and visit a friend and talk to him and ask questions. You still call your friend, or go to a place where you can get the information, the right place, the ministry, the TESCOM, and so on. So you are calling a friend. The second one, asking the audience. That one asks a danger. You may be asking the wrong person. That person may be telling you the wrong thing that he or she is doing in his or her school. So that's why it is not a very good one. But you can use it as a starting point. But the best thing is to actually call a friend or visit a friend. That friend is your Teaching Service Commission, the PS, the chairman, the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, the PS, the director, the commissioner. There is nothing wrong if you have a phone number and then you send a text message. Honorable Commissioner, I need a clarification on this. And if I see it, I'll definitely reply. If I'm not going to reply directly, I will pass it to the PS or director that will deal with it immediately. We will not leave you. We will not leave you angry. We will not leave you confused. We will definitely want to come to your rescue. It is better that way. 50-50, don't even use it. Because the problem with 50-50 is, if you do it and it is right, everybody will listen. If you do it and it is wrong, we will call for your head. So it is better not to take that chance, so that, because if somebody tells you that you see this plane that is on the tarmac, if you enter it and it flies, the probability that it will crash is 50-50. I won't go in because I don't want to take, in the matter of life and death, don't even take any risk. How do you know? They say 1 in 2 chance. So who knows? So it is better not to do what? 50-50. Let's ask. Matthew 7:7. And you shall be. No. So hold that one tight. Hold it tight. If you are confused, ask a question. Ask for clarification. And once you do that, the Yoruba says, Abeokuta, whenever anything happens and they say a principal committed something, bring that principal to us. I will say that before you became principal, you must have served for about 20 years. I don't see you becoming a principal within 10 years of graduation. It's not possible. Which means you have put so much into that system. And in most cases, when people become principals, they have less than 5 years to go. Some just 7 years to go. Some 3 years to go. For you that you have done so much, and then just on the eve of leaving, you have this. I remember one principal from Muslim girls. Muslim girls, I remember. Mrs. Ibrahim. She was to leave the system the following day or so, maybe the following day or just 1 or 2 days to leave, and something happened in the school. I cannot remember exactly what happened. And I now invited her, and I asked her. She was actually apologizing and so. And somebody said, "Look at her, and she'll be leaving by next week." Can you imagine if you have sanctioned her just on the eve, let me call it the eve of our departure from that system. That would have been how nature would be unkind to you at times when you have given your best to a system. And just at the last moment, then everything. Ṣé wọ́n pé báwọn èèyàn mi máa ń búrẹ́dì? Wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n fi búrẹ́dì kó ọlọ́run ní omi ẹbẹ̀ jẹ. Nígbà tó bá ti pààyàn ló ti jáde. Tó bá máa kú lọ́la, àwa lọ ní alóhùn pọ́n nìgbè lẹ́yìn. Àwa gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ alóhùn gbàgbé ìṣàyè wọn. Àbí kó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kírun. So, well, ó ti lé ìgbẹ́ náà. There's somebody that has been doing this with all these days. Òun ló kọ́ ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì, òun kọ́ ní mọ́tíláṣí, òun ló ń gbà gbogbo ilẹ̀, òun ló ń kó gbogbo kíní. Ó wá gbogbo ní díẹ̀ kù. A ò gbogbo tí ẹni owó àti ẹ̀ṣẹ́ láti yọ ìgbà pàtó láàrin tí ìgbà òkú ló wà ní ẹ̀. A wá lọ ṣe nǹkan kan tó wọ̀n. A yà kúrò níbi tó gbọ́ ọ̀nà. Òun yẹn sì kò wá ní ọwọ́. Bọ́lá máa fi kọ́rọ̀ wá lórí bẹ́ẹ̀. At the very last moment, the verge of living the system. So, ẹni tó bá ṣe tó forí ti dé ní àwùjọ ẹgbẹ́ kan bá rúbi tán. Now, if you have been so good and everybody will say so many good things about you, and then it gets to that last moment, and then you just get it wrong. So that is why we continue to pray to God that He continue to guide us until the last moment. Please, whatever is wrong is wrong. Some people are lucky they will do wrong till they will continue to do it and nothing will happen. But you just try it once. That same day you try it, you'll be caught. Like I always tell people, you see all those people that carry cocaine from Nigeria, they carry it to US, to, UK and so on every day. If they are not caught, they are businessmen. Those who are caught are the same preachers. Those who are not caught are businessmen. So when you do it successfully, so nobody is going to ask a question and say, so this is the first time. Well, you have done it. So the best thing is to remain consistent and make sure you don't do the wrong thing. And if you do something and they say it is wrong, don't say after all somebody is doing it. Because each case will be treated on its own merit. The chairman spoke about a number of things. I will rely on what he has told you, mainly concerning what you do. I have heard, he also had, we have text messages and so on. Governor will pass something to you, just say, Commissioner, is this one true? Commissioner, treat. You know, that is to tell you that it is only what you don't do that people will not know. Once you do it, people will know. It's a matter of who will know. And so the fact that people will know, it means there is nothing you can, even the thing you do in your room. If unfortunately for you, you have camera in your room, it will record you. So anybody that has access to that camera will see it. So which means even the thing we do in our rooms, if you are not careful, it's not also secret. So let us try as much as possible in our schools to do the right thing. That is the summary of what I think the chairman, teaching commission has I told you just before I came. It is very, very important. All what you have said, I just summarize it with one statement. That we need to adhere to government policies and directives. If government says this is what you want, we want. Mr. Adeyemi, what's the name of your school? Yebufe. Are you the owner of the school? Who is the owner of the school? Government. This is Simon. Who is the owner of RSS? Government. I thought you are the owner. This is Joseph. Who is the owner of this? Government. Okay. Do we have any principal here that is the owner of that school? This is our school. If government says this is my school and this is what I want in my school, then who are you to say no? You want to do something else. So whatever government says government wants in the school, that you should do what? You should do. You may not like it, but there is nothing you can do about it. You get it now? You may not like it, but that is government policy. The best you can do in this type of system is that you can find a way of influencing government policy. That is quite possible. How do you do it? You do it in a legitimate way. As ANCOPSS, for instance, you can come up with position. It's not forceful. It's not that you're going to fight. Through your group, your president, you write position and you send it to government and say, sir, these are the things happening in the school, and we feel if we can go this way, if we can go this way, if we can drop this idea, if we can look at this, it will work. That is a legitimate way and a very, very progressive and pragmatic way of influencing government policy. The government says, well, we want teachers to get to school by 7:30. You say in your own school, it will be 8:30. And we get there by 7:30. The teachers are not there. So our principal says it should be resuming by 8:30. You should wait. I remember when I was in, and I should ask Principal Adeola, on the way to Adeola, in those days, there is one house like this. On top of it, they wrote something. I think that person was a tailor or something. Said, wait for your time, Nigeria Enterprises. That's the name of the wait for your time, Nigeria Enterprises. I don't know whether it is still there. You see, if you want to have your own policy, just wait for a time when you be the one to decide that policy. Or if you have your own school, even when you have your own school, it's difficult to do so many things because it is the Ministry of Education that will actually give you license. If you now do anything yes, contrary to that, we will draw the license. So we came, the chairman of the committee has told you there is a lot of synergy in the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. And that's why we're having this process. I'll give you an example of a National Youth Service Corps, JAM, and NUC. Before, NUC is the one in charge of university. They will come to the university and say, don't offer law, medicine, and so on. When they go, they will go. When they go, start doing whatever. Okay. They now held meeting within themselves, NYSC, JAM, and NUC. It is JAM that does that. NUC is regulated universities, but NYSC actually mobilizes the students when they finish for what? For service. So they now said, okay, JAM, NUC, any course that you say they do not run, NUC will say, this university or university A, these are the courses we have approved for them to run. You give it to a JAM and say, any course that is outside this one, don't allow them to run. They do not come out in the JAM project. NYSC, when they finish and they want to go, these are the courses that we have approved. Anybody that did not offer any course outside this, don't mobilize for NYSC. We thought it was a joke. By the time the first set that entered wanted to graduate, NYSC refused to mobilize them. It became a problem. The following year, when the university wanted to take for all those courses they were taking, they go to NUC and clear it. These are the courses they say you should work. So everybody now did what? So we sat down. So the same thing we have done in the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. In the private schools, before now, you just see them who say, well, if we say resume on the 19th, some people will say they will resume on the 27th. Some people will say we want our students to resume on the 5th, even before 19th. Everybody was doing this. And I came, I said, well, from where I was coming from, order is the first law of government. So, what do you go again? What do you want to call you? So, and I said, what we need to do is to let people know that we are in charge. And by the time we took 24 schools, and we said we have withdrawn the license, everybody started running up and down. I think it was only Buhari. So by the time everybody, and this was schools that mattered in this state. So since then, everybody did what? So since then, we have had even other in the private sector, the private schools, and they are cooperating with us, even on the introduction of digitalization. So we explain to them the intention of government. So for us in the public school, we cannot afford to even go against government policies. So anything government doesn't want, then don't just go there. Don't even go near it. The policy of education in the state is total. That is what we are voting. this administration doesn't want any forms of levies or any form okay àwọn ẹ̀dẹ̀ tí wọ́n máa gbowó blọọkì ẹbí fẹ́ǹsì owó ń bẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n máa kàn gbé blọọkì wá àti àgbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn well owó ṣùgbọ́n ọgbà òbí ọgbà blọọkì gbogbo ìwọ́n ti gbòdì báyìí so if you ask them to bring block èèyàn gbowó ìbọn ti gbòdì if you ask them to bring toilet roll after all ṣé wọn náà máa lò ní toilet ó ti gbòdì so please what we are working on and by God's grace I promise the president the running cost I want the running cost to be running. It was running at the beginning of the session. So it sat down somewhere at the first of it. We have working it up. Now it's going to start running. And it will be running as it's supposed to be running. I don't want to promise anything, but I want to try and make sure we are able to get running costs within the next 1 or 2 weeks. So that we have running costs that will keep the schools running. And when you have that, I know you will say it is more, but one okay, the bank 10,000, the bank 15, actually go to. The bank 20, I could enjoy every year. The bank 1 month after 2 months, go watch more. So I remember I go to my wife even watching more. My older has not been something you know. So and it has not got it. So the money no small. But part of the reason why you are principal is because we have found you worthy administrators, worthy manager. But more manager, you don't want manage. And don't fully control to manage it. Go and keep results. That is why you are a full manager. So, but in whatever you are doing, what is most important is what they call albarika. Abi, one of them below you, blessing. Jerry, albarika budget wa wo. Albarika wa wo 1,000. Yan wa no 1,000 titi wa ni ton. Believe. Chairman. My chairman is evangelist. Can you see my people of little faith? You don't have faith as small as mustard seed. Only people of little faith. So you don't believe. You don't believe that if you have faith and you go to petrol station and you put petrol of 1,000 naira inside your car, you can take it to anywhere. You don't believe. But the point I'm making is that no matter how small it is, let us manage it very well. People have written to us, Parents Club says they will contribute money to do something. I said, let Parents Club write to me a commitment that no land will be asked to pay, and no learner should be sent out of school for not paying, and nobody is going to read anything anywhere, and that money will not be collected inside the school compound. Yes, because want to put a seat somewhere at the entrance of the gate or somewhere at the entrance of the principal's office, or you say the bursar should help them to collect it so that Alepe then committee will need it. So you are already participating, and you are already intimidating those who will not pay. So I've heard that the debt for GS1 and SS1 that are coming, they have to bring blue, they have to bring money for fire. They have to bring buckets, they have to bring cutlass, they have to bring cutlass ever cutlass no le gba mélòó ni ọbẹ nígbà tí ọba ní pẹpẹ Now listen to me very well. Money for cutlass, money for food. Yeah? Okay. Ṣé wàá gbowó? Ṣé wàá gbowó mi? So, as long as you don't pray, if you say that because they need cutlass, pay ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ bí tẹ́tí tó ti ń tà ọmọ owó ẹ̀wà, ẹ̀ lè bá wọn rà. In those days when we were very small, those who are from Ijebu-Ode, there is a place they call Ijele. A ní kò lọ sí Ijele kò lọ ràdà, ẹ̀ kan lọ ràdà, ẹ̀ tó bá ládàá lò, kò sí ìdókòyàn pẹ̀lú yẹn. When you now convert all these things and say bring money for this, bring money for that, bring money for five, then they will say you have started collecting money in the what? In the school. No collection of any money in any guise in the school. Yesterday, I don't know how many people saw it on the television. I was actually out. I was in Ijebu-Ode and Shagamu on enrollment drive. You know, going around to encourage parents to bring their children to the school. If on one hand you go to them and say, come bring your children to the school, it is free. They now get to the school, they now find out that it is not free. Then, commissioner. So you see, we have gone to them that this is free, and it's actually free. But our needs, to the best of our ability, government will continue. And for us, I want to assure you that we continue to look for how to make things better than it is. Because we understand this system. We understand this system, and we know that you are just managing the little resources that is available. And that was why I started a note of appreciation that, you know, it's just like when you give a woman money to cook for you. Yeah, I'm hoping you need your 5,000 naira. Go daily. Go son, egungun. Go get bokoto. 25,000, you know. Okay, Kwanla. Yeah, one 5,000 there is a way that we can do it, and you will still enjoy. So the little resources that is available, please let us manage it very well, and God will bless you. What is most important is for you to also get results. And one thing I want to tell you, when they say the reward of teachers are in heaven, these days is no longer in heaven, it's here on earth, and we've been reaping it. I don't know whether you are reaping it. I have been reaping it. One day I got to the airport, and you know, we went for accreditation, and some people they gave me this small fish. You know, man, so they packed it from Cross River. So, okay. They now packed all those things. As we got to I was just about to enter. Then those people said, okay, we have to pass it through this place. One boy just started from the fire. He said, leave my guy alone, leave my guy alone. I said, Then he said, let him do this. And he packed everything and said, sir, you don't know me. You taught me in 1990, the College of Education. At Ogun State College, not at Ogun State College of Education. Mention his name, mass peace. You know, I just had that joy within me. You know, it's like when you are an author, you know, I went to a bookshop one day and somebody said, because you know the books are one of the books, and I looked at myself and said, can somebody buy me? But if I look at you actually wanted to buy. So you now have that joy and you say, okay, well, thank God. So as a principal, you know what it means for somebody who is the manager or the head of the company to get there and say you have to fill it form. You fill the form and they take it inside. It happened to somebody. They took it inside. And by the time the Oga saw it, he came out and prostrated. All the officers started looking at Oga. I told them that was my teacher when I was in the clinical. So what other things do you have? That person has actually and And though we don't know it's important, but when you have it, you know that it's not as important as it is. So please adhere strictly to all government policies, pronouncement. It will change from time to time. If you say this is how it is today, tabatuni kò tún rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kò tún rí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà nìyẹn. So don't say the bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sọ pé kí n yẹn lánàá. So lẹ́yìn kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀ lónìí, that is what is important. Just follow government's pronouncement and policies on education. Our policies as it relates to admission, transfer, placement, relocation, and everything that happens in the school. If it is not clear, ask questions from the ministry. For instance, we don't allow you to allow transfer into flagship schools. I hope you know the flagship schools in Ogun State. All the schools are still going to become flagship schools. That's where we are going, and we have just started. The 42 flagship schools, people have called me, people have tried to blackmail us, and I explained to them the principle is very simple. We want to decongest, for instance, population in our classes, but we are starting with the flagship schools until we are able to build more classes and more schools. But with the flagship schools, we say, who is the model we want? And that is why all the principals of flagship schools, I'm sure they are here. We called the principals and said, how many classrooms do you have in your school? When you tell us the number of classrooms you have, we determine what we call the carrying capacity. We don't want more than a maximum of 60 in any class. In actual fact, our standard is 40, but we started with 60 last year. This year also 60. Maybe by next year, if we have added enough classrooms, we may bring it down to 40, which is the idea. So, which means a school that has just 6 classes, we have maximum of 360 students in DS1. But it's possible that because we started last year, DS1 and DS2 will be 360. But it is possible that you now have DS3 to be about maybe 500 or 600 because those ones, there was no policy like that at that time. So if we now allow people to bring in more people, we are still struggling with the population we have inside. So we don't want to increase that population. And the ones that we have already fixed from PS1, we won't want you to come and add more to that. So that is the way to make sure that the policy on population decongestion is not actually working. Somebody who is feeling that
transfer. Don't let us allow the situation whereby we found one country. One day, never get. Everyone be there. So, another situation in the difficult situation. So, please, all the policies on transfer, on why want to go to better that go on that. And let me talk about that platform is what we are using to drive everything. Today, schools will have SSP. Some papers have their own SSP. And at times, they don't actually know what to do. Because compulsion that the work that is there. Put somebody who can do to your school, that you can do the work for you. You will oversee that person. So that things can be done very fast. For instance, now we have what we call infrastructure report. I know what that. That infrastructure report, what we have to do is that I don't want to just sit in Abeokuta. I don't want to talk. I want to talk. That number of people. I'm not finished from the ones we have. Number of people that we have to meet. Because we think I don't to 5,000, I don't to 5,000. How many is if it's a physical room and I have 1,000 steps that room, then I need that room. If they want to start, I need 1,000. So we are not that of the local program. If you do it correctly, you'll be able to know what's going on in your school. If you don't get the information, what you need and what you need. By the time you do it, let's see. New tables and chairs want to get it. We have that option for people to do for us and living that. If they don't get to live behavior, then you see that you get to want to somewhere. Then that shows that one day it will be your turn. And for them, so I want to know that based on the records and that's get who are doing it, who are texting, who are getting people writing on that platform. So that what we are doing as a platform, we are seeing the correct situation about everything in your school. What's the name of that school? The one that governors for? Because it's in Toronto. And like that again, because of my phone, I'm pushing and the place, I'm sorry in the worship of that. My what when is that was 200? Let's say government approves money for that boy education up to SSS. If that one you want to put in the project college, like I mean, you will tell that so depending on what parents. So we were able to do that because that. I told you also explain that I have. Let us people who are knowledgeable about the use of that platform. Let us put them in that way to contact them. There is a school, primary school. That school, I was taught in Afghanistan. And somebody said, well, the development is this school, this school, this school. I said, don't worry. I don't look at my phone. From that, my laptop, my phone, I was able to get school and I gave the correct name of school because this information that now to play for it, I gave the correct name of school. And I got the because and then we found that information for that at the company. So those are some of the things we do. We are going to make sure that we turn around working on it. And what we are doing is not something that is there because I am there. It's something that I am socializing. So that people, when I am there, people will be coming and the people in the ministry that want to just show them and that want to do. And that is why today, better results are. Better results. Sometimes, if you want to come out at the end of the contact, yes, you can make to overcome that. In fact, the little issue we have is because some of our teachers have not cooperated with us, they have not understood how to do what The Lord is handling this year is far better than what we have had. Even started this year in my generation. And by next year, we will 100%. Let's get over 80% now. We have 80%. And this one, what people who are not actually man that see at all. And those are and the power of that platform is that I can see that it is this food that is standing. The script is with Mr. Abeokuta. Mr. Abeokuta, why has he not done today? What he wants to do that. So that's why I said it's not a matter of time to look at things are changing for now, I'm sure that what it was before, hopefully, you have something next week or the next week. So I'm working on making sure that next week. And I pray that you have that. Before I go to the very last thing I want to say that it's very important for us as people to resolve, to make the change, to act positively at now. What was the result before you came? What is the result now and what you want to live when you go? You get the school and the result was 30% when you came. You want to live it, you know some of us, you take it. So you want to live it at 30%. Or you want to be that woman that will go and raise it from 30 immediately to 60 to 80 and live on the total of 100%. That is what we want. Don't say that what you want to do was you do better. Get this and careful. So if you and you get this and I don't think that is good enough. The things I want to say is going to change. I want to brag about it. You will also have that one that start very soon. The speech of the court of the constitution, whereby the result of all animals protectors, because of the right, we are able to use that for growth, the best year overall, the best year overall, and this is not what we if I imagine if it's not the best year overall, you will take this for no now I don't know. So, you don't know, and I don't think see that branch at all. So, and I see I not say anything. I see the way man for the so the principal is very good. You struggle to beat this was in the last issue. That is what you call it. That they took me to in the court. I really wanted to be in charge. The student is not allowed to be in charge. But I went to the court. Now, I'm beginning. So that the result is the person in charge. They are already put above the charge. So that is the type of thing. We want to actually improve on what the student is doing. It's done. And the way to do it is to encourage the teachers to do. And encouraging teachers to do right thing is start from online education discipline. And then ensuring that things are done at the right time and then nobody without regulation and so on. Up to the examination. But that does not mean that you are going to allow cheating. That does not mean you are going to encourage examination and practice. That is whatever you get to that thing is actually not the best. What is sustainable to make sure you do that. So there is need for us to be sure to get better results, to do whatever we do, and then sustain it, then we are giving insurance to actually do. Finally, I want to advise some of us, we are not ready to do that. We go around trying to see how people can help us to work to our records. And it was trying to quantify appointments, appointment data, trying to go around, but give somebody something, you know. Somebody can help me give me this now come to me and everything like that. The one thing now come and say actually something. So some of us agree to that. Somebody told me about the book that talking about actually the record. I thought I was born. When you were born, and every other time you were born, and then you were born, and what happened to you? What happened you were born in 1960? Actually, you were actually born in 1960. You have been using that day in church. And so, I want to correct that day in my record so that God will because I want to get that I never said this, so I want to make sure I correct it. I want to correct my I said, okay, let's do that for God. Yes, you are born. When you went to primary school, you are writing the dates that you will say you are born in 1967. Because you are born in 1967. Okay. When did you enter primary school? You enter primary school in 1969. You enter primary school at Abeokuta. So then you have to enter I'm Most of the time, that was some of us. Let's want to get some data. I don't know, I'm calling from my mother. So that's not what that's not. Of course, the important is all of us right now. Well, I know some of you that I know they are confessing to your friends. Doesn't matter. It's not too late. I just want to let you know that you are doing. So please don't fall. This particular under this particular system that we have, when you work, it will not work and will not plan. Don't even try it. You can't give somebody money to help you. Well, that is not good for us. And there's no people, there's no that. Now, when you go to the other provider, and they're not paid, and they're not. So, now, the same thing is trying to entice the officers, like I said. Those officers, if they are lucky, that person will get it and not report it. If you are lucky, you will get it and still report it. That's what we do. There is no point trying to follow so there is no point trying to and integrity starts and the principle. See about you go. Now I'm going to come from the okay, look, I'm going to what I'm saying is that we all complain and fear of that. Not of the that's one of the body. How would you say? How are you doing this? Are you the one that will come to school at 7 o'clock, 7:30 and arrive at 5? So that that's the right start. The next one is that when you have at 7, at 8. 8 and at 8. One part of the student and one part of the then the normal get here get something for 7:45. From 7:45, now you have your group. So please, the summary of all what we are saying, which summarizes what you see that your professor and chairman said, is that government policies abide by government policy. The education policy is very much informed, they don't abide by it. Things that are not clear, you can ask questions, clarify it. Don't just do that and say, I know. Nobody wants to see that kind of experience. And as much as possible, achieving the now change the we also have platform, let's be very active in the school. Get somebody who can actually do the work, will help you do the work, so that you can do as much as possible. Our policy of transfer, on education, on system, and so on, all these efforts, don't say that go to the ministry, it's government that can do it. That sets me up. You know my friend, you say this thing we cannot do. Like government can do it. That will now come. I say it's not possible. I cannot go to the government change. Okay. But if that somebody was telling me that very young, I say I can do it. I cannot do it. I cannot do it myself. So if I don't take it about taking it about, I can't do myself about it. I need to do myself about it. So people will think that they don't want to see it. So the point is that as principal, be our advocate. You should be the one that will helping us to clarify things for people. We cannot be the one to fight when I don't that things. We cannot be the one to community. But you should be the one that will actually community. And finally, finally, I want to end this discussion the way but I want to say by saying thank you. By asking to continue to propagate all what we say we want. For us as teachers, we should not do anything that can bring negative impression or things that can embarrass government. Who say we are not politicians? They can do something that will look as if they are politicians. So all we try to do is to try and be fruitful. We are a teacher, we are working somewhere, and somebody is talking about the schools. We still not do that. If there is India, you want at least they are not staying. So you also want to try and propagate and promote your schools. Promote your schools that you should be like the public. That's what now is happening. And all these things I'm saying, all of us, and we need together. And we actually to make the system better than before. What will make it easy for us? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to believe that we can join better. Please get us on our feet. Definitely not our speech. We agree with me that the commissioner has said it all. When the commissioner handed the microphone, there is no door open. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that we are lucky to sit here. We are lucky to say that we have supervisory agency that actually appreciate our little effort. While the chairman was speaking, the first thing he did was to pass a vote of confidence on all four. And by the time the commissioner started his speech, he started with what? Appreciation. So definitely, the government is aware of our efforts, of our sacrifice, and of every good thing we are doing in our different schools. Once again, let us give it to God. One Ogo, please, it is Ogo, not that Ogo, a God let us stop. I just wanted to get you. Listen to both the chairman and the commissioner. And it's time for us to ask questions or suggestions or clarification on certain issues. And please, we want to make this happy. When you come out here, you tell us your name and your school, and you now ask the question on the way to your back. Please let us those that are coming out to ask questions or say want to take step. 1, 2, to please come forward. Any other person? Please, if you have anything to say, we want you to come out now. And I want to pray for those of us out here not to repeat the question or the contribution made by previous